Heyo everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back in. So here we are back in Cooper County. Now I left things running a little bit so we could build up our money again. If we remember from last time, it was a bit rough because we were spending lots of money, and you made it as promised. Well, let's hope you stay with us. Yeah, we were running out of money because I was just spending. Oh, dude, trying to fix this light a bit. It's very bright. But yeah, spending too much money on the hotels and everything. And as we let things run, we actually ran into a little bit of a problem. And we can see here is part of that problem. I'll just let it run. And I've had a little bit of a look into it just before the stream started, and it appears, and it was also happening over here, so I actually turned this one off. Actually, I think this was happening during the last stream. It appears that this is a known bug, and Colossal Order are working on it, but obviously in the meantime it's it's kind of messing things up a little bit. So there is a workaround which I'm going to put in now, keeping in mind that this will be temporary, and they have said that as I said, they're working on it and they're going to try and fix it. But I mean, you can see what's happening here. This traffic, which is all created by that, is queuing all the way back to here, and it's probably happening at this one as well. Yeah, so it's kind of starting to break the city, because we can see things over here are struggling, and eventually, yeah, over here as well. So yeah, things are starting to break. So I'm going to use this workaround, and then hopefully they will at some point fix it. And just so everyone knows, I went onto the Steam Workshop into the discussions tab and found the workaround. The chap who has posted this workaround is called One Jason Bradley. He seems like he's a Canadian guy. So yeah, he seems to have come up with this workaround, which, yeah, thanks to him. There's been other people who've come up with other workarounds, but he seemed to think from his video that when he was tinkering around with it all, that was what he came up with seemed to work the best. So we'll go with that. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How you going, Cleepor? I will do this work around here, and as we kind of go, I'll explain. But as I said, this is going to be temporary, so I don't know how much I want to kind of... It's not like I'm going to do detailing or anything like that with what we change, but I still want it to kind of seem somewhat legitimate and at least look alright. You're okay? Just okay? There is something in a sec that I wanted to show you as well in here, which you might find quite amusing. I found it as I was looking for this fix, actually. I noticed it. So yeah, basically the idea of this is that apparently, I might need to turn all of the snapping off here. Grid, road guidelines. Yeah. You just want... I mean, he was using this new 4-lane... Actually, no, it wasn't that one, was it? It was the regular 4-lane. This one. He was using this. I don't know. I did see that Avanya had commented on the same thread, and she was using a different road. So I don't know if the road matters, but I'm going to go with the one that he was using just to make it copy what was working. And he basically just had it kind of lining right up with where they come in and out. Not too close, but kind of not right off the end either. And then he just had it just slightly skewed like that. we'll see if this works. Apparently part of the problem is that when they go in, they can't find a way back out again. So by doing this, it kind of allows them to find the road. And I mean, looking at this, it does look like it's working. So yeah, some of these guys aren't. I think I'll need to just do some traffic manager here. So I don't want the ones who are just not using, who are not going to the facility to be blocking things up. Oh, this is 2 ways. Oh. Okay, I did not know that. I thought it was a 1-way. Why is it 2 ways? I don't see any reason for it to be 2 ways. I think that might be an error on my part. So let's fix that. Wrong way. Alright, so that should work better. And I mean, this is really janky, but like I said, that this isn't permanent, so I'll leave that as is for now. And yeah, what we want here is for these guys to go in there, then you guys can probably go there, because then I can send these guys here. I have a feeling I might have despawned a few cars there by poking around, but yeah, that's why the traffic has kind of cleared up a bit, and then the rest are all going to this exit. So we'll let that run and sort itself out, because I think that should now be working. We'll go over to this one first, because this is also broken. Actually, before I do, I'll just show you, Cleapor, what I found. And in fact, it might be easy to do this. And you'll see exactly what I found. Look at that. In the game. Or have you fallen asleep already? Can you not see it? I have a feeling it might be from the same creator that made the other ones. So when it's not too bad actually. When I zoom out, it's not as bad, because I also found this one. What did they call it? I don't know if it's the Peppers building, but it's not called that. It's called something else. See if I can find it in here. Because if that's made by the same creator as like the Q1 and stuff like that, that's not gonna work. But if it's made by the Focus one, then that's fine. Have we got no? Let's go Steam only. No. I don't know where it is, but I did see it. I'll have to check later on what it was actually called, but yeah, we'll definitely use Focus there. I don't know if we'll keep it there or not, but I thought that was quite funny. Looks like it's residential. Yeah, it is. That's interesting. Anyway, back to fixing these. So yeah, I mean, this is causing chaos. This was never a great design, but when they're doing what they're doing here, it makes it even worse. So I might just need to move these things a little. And yeah, we just need to drag the road out and do basically the same thing. So if we... But yeah, that's a pretty good model, isn't it, Cleapor? Pretty good. replica of the real thing. What am I doing? If I drag this through here, actually, bring that. Oh, not you. Yeah, right. And it probably helps that I have the graphic mods and stuff on. But it's pretty cool. I don't know where the peppers one went. I can actually just quickly have a look in the workshop. But I did want to shout out one Jason Bradley for coming up with this this particular workaround. Because with it, what it was doing, and I don't know what triggered it, because he seemed to indicate it was, he referred to it as the 23rd of May glitch, but I also saw a thread about it from like the 14th of May, so I don't know if it's been occurring before that. I hadn't seen it until the update the other day, but yeah, I'm quite glad I found this workaround. Let's just see if I can find this other building. Here. Sold. Apparently it's called the Soul Tower. Oh, let me just turn off the cities thing as well. That one? I think, isn't that the one that you had named after you, Cleepor? Oh no, that's that one. Oh, I put it here. Is that it? No, that's not it either. Anyway, let me plop this down so we can see what this looks like. They must have renamed it for... Oh no, Soul is the restaurant, isn't it? In there. But yeah, that's it. That's Pepper's. And what is this? That's just a... Looks like it's just a unique building. Built in 2012. So there you go. I'll leave that there for now as well. We might shuffle it around a bit. But yeah, it's random that I was already subscribed to both of those items. How does it look from here actually? Has it got that strange... Does it disappear? It's alright. It's not as bad as Q1. Oh, actually. See that? That's not great. But I can probably live with that. Anyway, let's see. Well, hopefully that should work now. It should... It might just need to be curved just slightly. That's the wrong one. Are they finding it? They seem to be finding it. Yeah, it might not need to be curved. I don't know what these idiots are doing. Apparently it is these... it's more so the animal product trucks, apparently, that are kind of more the culprit. But yeah, this is working now. Yeah, so again, I'll just tweak these lanes so that they're not the ones that are just... I don't think anyone would just be looping around in here because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll stop them from going forward there. And that way that should just keep things flowing better. Oh, he was doing a U-turn there. What are you guys doing? No one's really going to be looping back like that, are they? We'll do that. Okay, whoop, jump. Okay, so our last one, I don't believe it was happening to this one. Or is it? Oh, it might be. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like it is. That's frustrating because we don't have a lot of room here. I don't even know if we'll have enough room. Oh, this road is attached as well, isn't it? That makes it very tricky. We'll just have to use network multi-tool. And I'll pause it. And then we'll go to move it. So how are you keeping yourself awake then, Cleepaw? Or aren't you? Oh, it's all one segment. Did I not just unlock that? Thought I already did that. No, now I relocked it. You're awake but in bed? That's dangerous. Fall asleep at any time. I'm not sure how to separate this road. Do I just need to delete it maybe? I guess so. Ooh, it's interesting terrain going on there. Let's fix that up first. Tomorrow's going to be very hard, yep. And for those who don't know, we were just on a couple of days break. We actually went up to the Gold Coast, which is where those two buildings are from, which I was just looking at. So yeah, and then work tomorrow. It's always going to be a tricky one. But yeah, it did provide some good inspiration, potentially, I suppose, for this city. And flying... Oh, can I not? Oh, I didn't click it. And yeah, flying over... well, just flying full stop was interesting. Always gives a unique view of what's going on. So we might even be able to have some interchange fixes from some of the, especially on the way over when it was nice and clear. Nodes. Why is that not catching that node? Is there not a node there? Weird. Yeah, so hopefully though I can get up tomorrow and go back to work like normal. Okay, so we've got that part in. Now these guys... Avanya seemed to suggest that the blue arrow makes a lot of difference, but I thought they might seem to need to come into here because that's where they're kind of spawning to and from. So I might just shuffle this node across. Ooh, to kind of there. And that can be where the road comes to. Oh, it wanted to snap to there, doesn't it? That's interesting. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll try it here first, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Oh, it doesn't like things being too close to the building by the looks of it. It seems to be what's causing problems. Which might mean I can't move this once I've placed it. Oh no, I can. These guys just going round and round in circles. I might need to delete them. See what this green guy does. He's gone in. These four though, I think they're... Oh, he went in. Oh no, that's the same ones. Okay, let's just delete these guys, because I don't think they're going in. Very, very confused. And we'll see how that goes. That wasn't as backed up. I don't think this one gets as much use as the others. But yeah. And then finally, yeah, this one here. So I'll fix it, then turn it back on. I might need to shuffle some buildings around here, which is a bit annoying. So we'll pop you there. Pop you over here, I guess. Yeah, that will work for now. And then we'll just bring these down a bit. These are a little easier because they don't have that road attached to them. Go to there. See if that works. Turn it back on. And we'll see what happens. So you managed to tidy everything up, Cleepor. And have the cats welcomed you back with open arms. Pretty much. I do have a couple of cats in here. Callie. Might take a while for this to get moving again. Zane and Clea are brawling again, or still. Alright, so what's that say? Not enough electricity. I didn't recognize that from there. Right, so we were, last time we finished off over here, we were putting in our hotel and resorts. And we just put in the expo center here and trying to get some of these resorts going. Can you swap Zane for fat cakes? Well, yeah, I don't know how well that would go. There's nowhere to put anyone at the moment. Oh, I know why. So I think this road underneath here is actually where all the services come from. That's why the trash isn't getting picked up there. So we'll fix that up. Yeah, this is going to be very much a touristy spot. Lots of unique buildings. And then, yeah, we'll try and get lots of resorts in here as well. Let's push that out so we can bring this road through. And we'll just turn a few things back on. So, angle really is the main thing. I might need to do a bit of move it after this, but I think it makes sense to do that, doesn't it? But yeah, we just need to fix these stairs up. Yep, nice. And that's a weird little kink there. Maybe we do just need to bring this out. Get rid of the curve. Okay, now hopefully the garbage will get collected now. Is anyone coming over? Yep. Where are you coming from? A long way. A long way away. Too far away. It's almost getting to a point where I need to use, because I've got, I'll just pop a district over here. Do have district styles. It's the one that enables you to make sure that the buildings within a district are getting serviced by the buildings within the district, and it makes it, especially on a map like this where, you know, we're starting to really sprawl out over a large distance. If you have police coming from down here going to, you know, somewhere over here or over here, it's just going to take them ages. So I can't remember what the name of the mod is now, but yeah, you can basically set it so that they're only servicing the particular districts that you allow them to service. So I don't know if we're going to have to utilize that or not. We might. It's this one here, isn't it? Transfer manager. So yeah, basically it will only, you know, you can set these, you can do it pretty minutely so that it will only do certain things or the other. I'll leave it for now. Nothing's breaking just yet, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But how's this looking? Oh, this is not quite what we wanted. So we probably just need to perhaps bring it in slightly more and then do that curve that he was talking about in the video, see if that works. It's not working. Oh, he got out. Yeah, he got out. We'll just have to see how this goes. I might need to delete a couple of trucks just to clear paths. No, I think that's working. It's just taking a little while to clear things out. I think I've caught that before it's become a problem as well. At least I hope I have. Do we have tram problems again here? No? No. Okay. Alright. I think he's trying to turn in there, so things are, yeah, a little bit clogged. But if we hopefully fix this up, is that guy causing problems? Yeah, here we go. Do I need to just bring it across slightly? So they're kind of getting in each other's way, which is a bit frustrating. Because they are meant to go in that one and come out this one. But yeah, this is a really bad bug. It could be like really save breaking if you're not careful. Nah, it seems like I've broken it. Oh, is that better? Kind of. Maybe it's too close. Let's just drag it back slightly. Or are they doing... Are these ones like broken now? Do I need to delete them? It seems to be alright. They still are doing it though. Is it these particular vehicles, or is it a whole bunch of them? No. I think it's a whole bunch of them still. Yeah. Man. Bad bug. Oop. I'm moving the whole station. Yeah, it's because they're going in, coming out the same way that's really causing issues. Oop. Seems to be looking better. Oh, it was, just as I said that. From what I could see in the threads and stuff as well, this appears to be a vanilla bug as well, so it's not necessarily a mod conflict, which is what I thought it was at first when I first saw it happening the other day. But yeah, it's not a good one. Very frustrating. I mean, this for the most part seems to be working now. They are still blocking each other, but they seem to be flowing. How much chaos has this caused? Quite a lot. I'm going to have to stop them from doing that as well. So you go there or there. You guys go there. Were they doing that over here too, or is that just unique to that one? No, they seem to be using the correct spawning points there, which is interesting. How's it going on this one? This isn't working. Yeah, this is harder because it's not the same facility, so I don't know if it works for this as well. This could be too short. Or maybe, yeah, maybe it does need to be over here. Oh. Yeah. Interesting, there's trains still going. I wouldn't have thought there would be. What's going to happen here? Is this coming in? Yeah, this isn't working here. Try doing it the way Vanya had said. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently they don't even need the road, or yeah, no, it's just clearing out what was there. So from what I could see, that's how, oh. That's what Ivania was suggesting should be the way to do it, and that does seem to be working. I mean, it looks ridiculous, but let's keep an eye on this a sec, see what they do. No, that's not working. Undo. Yeah, crazy stuff. And then this one again. Has this one cleared out? Yeah, it has. Okay. Well, that's something, I suppose. And then how's this one doing? Yeah, I mean, it's backing up, but I think it's working. No one's getting stuck on each other. Yeah, a lot of these trucks do just come through because they're coming off the highway. But yeah, that bug's a save breaking bug. I mean, again, that looks terrible, but it seems to be working, so, well, oh, maybe not. No, doesn't look like it is. Oh, kind of is. So they are able to go in and out, some of them, it's just some of them get stuck. But I guess they're not blocking traffic, so I'll leave them to it. And we'll go back over here. Okay, so it looks like we have sorted that building, and we got one hotel here, which for some reason I just can't get, even though these are all commercial buildings and I just smacked them down here to try and fulfill some of those needs there, it hasn't really helped. So I presume they're just too far away. So why don't we try and just put some smaller commercial buildings here and see if that makes any difference. It's not ideal. I would prefer not to have to do this, but I also want to be able to charge the full amount for that hotel. I wonder, presumably I can't zone there. No. Okay. Alright, let's pop. Actually, before I do those, I might just bring this key round. That's not the right place. Now I've got this in place, I should be able to place it. And hopefully I can just, yeah, smush that up against there. Oh, yeah. Difficult to find the node. We want to come down. Try and kind of line it up. Oh, too far. Yeah, that's probably about right. Then if I can just angle that back in. Nice. Okay, now this area has rocks, but I'm gonna have to put a key wall here anyway, because obviously that can't stay like that. That has helped a little. So I might need to shuffle these rocks around a little bit, which is annoying. I prefer to leave things kind of where they are, but I'll pop them there for now. And yeah, we'll see how things turn out. It doesn't like zoning in that space now. I think it is be quite difficult to fulfill no matter where it was, the commercial side of it, because it seems to kind of things have to be super close to it for it to count. Oh, Biscotti, hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a good time zone. Yeah, it's good. How are you going? Good to see you again. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be close because it's like right on that street, but... Oh, this is sightseeing. I'm in the wrong thing. But yeah, clearly that even though that's fully green, it's not close enough. Or it's only... Yeah, that's a bit better now that these are growing in. It's popping up a bit, but before it was, yeah, not great. Okay, well, we'll try and fit this key in somehow. What have you been up to, Biscotti? How you finding things? Yeah, this key always tends to need move it, which is fine. We can do move it. Going good, thanks. Happy it's Friday. Ironically enough for me, Friday means that I have to work tomorrow. So, but I have just had a couple of days break, so I shouldn't complain too much. I presume that Friday for you means that you get to play more City Skylines, which is very much a good thing. Downloaded The Sims 4 yesterday. Oh, gonna start playing it this weekend. It's a good game. It's very addictive, I will warn you. And yeah, because it's free to play now, the base game is good for a while, but you might find eventually that you're going to want to add to it. So many people have been recommending it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I love it. I think I've got close to I think it's like 1700 hours in it. I don't get to play games all that much, so for me that's quite a lot. Like Cities is the main game I play. I've got like just over 2,000 hours in Cities, so yeah, it's good. It's fun. But yeah, I expect that you'll eventually want to start buying DLCs, which is fun but also frustrating because it's EA, right? Okay. You already brought 3. I mean, they do good deals with the DLCs because a lot of them are kind of older now. Yeah, you can get them on sale, so that's pretty decent. Spectador, I think I said that right. Sorry if I butchered that. How you doing? Hello. What's going on? Yes, it probably has, because the Discord link, because I had it set to keep updating, but it's then I fixed that, and I don't think I updated the Streamlabs. The one, I don't know if you're on PC or mobile, but the one in the About section does work. But I'll just chuck that in the link here, in the chat rather. That one should work. You like to play cities and Sims? Yeah, me too. I recommend Wait for Life by You, by the Sims author, now working at Paradox. Yes, I have seen a lot of the teasers and stuff for that game, and it does look very, very interesting. Having said that, though, I think it will not be out for another... I doubt it will come out this year. The pre-order and the beta is going to be around September, I think they said. Or rather, the pre-order is available now, of course, but the beta won't be available until September. But yeah, in the meantime, playing The Sims is probably a good option. But yeah, that game looks very, very interesting. And if it's anything, if it's going to come anywhere close to this game, then yeah, it's going to really push The Sims 4 and The Sims team to really make sure that they're doing their thing a bit better than they are currently. Not so much The Sims team, I suppose EA. Release date is supposedly 12th of September worldwide. I believe that will be the beta release, from what I've heard. I haven't, to be fair, I haven't actually been all that much online for the last 2 days. But yeah, if you have pre-ordered and you join in with the beta release and help them develop the game in that way, then I think it was around about September that they were talking about it, so that makes sense. But yeah, it's exciting because Sims or EA are also working on what is likely Sims 5 currently. So with both Life by You and Paralives both also currently being developed as life simulation games, it's hopefully really going to push all of it. They're all going to push each other, right, to develop a much better game, and then ultimately we're going to be the benefactors of that by having better games. So yeah, but I can certainly see Life by You being really interesting, and as you say, Spectador, can I call you that for short? Is that alright? Because one of the developers, or a few of the developers, are from Sims 2 and 3, I think, isn't it? There's going to be a lot of lessons learned from those two games, and then him also seeing what has happened with Sims 4 recently, and being able to bring all of that stuff into Life by You. So it's going to be really cool. You like thinking their competition is good for us. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? The Sims and EA have had the monopoly on life simulation for a long time, much like, to be honest, this game has on city building simulations. And I suppose it might go to the difference in EA's belief versus Paradox's belief. Paradox have kept this pretty open for modding and all of that type of thing. And the Sims, you can mod the Sims and stuff, and I know people do complain that Paradox are releasing too many DLCs and this, that, and the other. I don't think they do. I think what they do is pretty reasonable. EA, on the other hand, that's a little questionable. But yeah, I still buy a lot of the DLCs, so I don't know if I'm complaining incorrectly, maybe. You'll have many good games to play at the end of the year. Cities 2. Yeah, well, I mean, that's another interesting thing, isn't it? I noticed I was playing Skylines, so I thought I'd see how City is getting on. Yeah, thanks for popping in, Shane. Good to see you again. So I think probably last time you were here, most of that was all filled out, but we've done a fair amount of work on the main downtown now, and we're working on the touristy section down here, especially with the hotels and retreats that has just come out. Paradox DSOs are cheaper. Yeah, they definitely are. The EA ones are pretty expensive. And I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the EA ones for Sims 4 are actually really, the gameplay wise and all of that type of thing is really good, but some of them aren't as good as some of the others. Which ones did you actually pick up out of curiosity for Sims 4? So yeah, how you been, Shane? You been having a good time? I think we might try and get the modern art museum down here as well. And I'll leave a bit of space there and we'll do maybe a bit of park, kind of open area. Been trying out the hotels in your city. Yeah, I've in the previous stream, which was a few days ago now, we did a little bit. So we're up to level 3, pushing for level 4 at the moment. Yeah, I think it seems quite a fun kind of little mechanic. Forgot the names, but the builders pack, tiny living and cottage. Yeah, so tiny living is a bit of fun. Cottage living is really good fun because you get a bunch of animals in it. And the builders pack, I presume you mean one of the like the little what do they call them, kits. They kind of generally have just either CAS objects or building objects. Some of them are pretty good. You've been doing okay, mostly sorting mods I have installed out. Yeah, I was amazed actually. This save loaded the day of the update. I was quite shocked, and nothing seemed broken. So yeah, it's kudos to all of the mod makers once again. They do an incredible job getting it all updated so quickly. So yeah, amazing. I have come across the and I was working on this at the beginning of the stream, the cargo glitch. So I've had to alter things a little bit and it looks terrible at the moment, but hopefully this is a known bug. I don't know if any of you guys have come across it yet. Oh, thanks, Shane. That's awesome. Like I said, there's not a whole lot going on there yet, but yeah, hopefully we can build a little community there. And you see some photos of the Gold Coast, where I was spent a couple of days away in the Gold Coast. So there's some city shots on there at the moment for those. But yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have come across this bug yet, but they're basically, I can probably show it to you better over here. They're doing all sorts of crazy stuff where they're just not fitting in properly, and then they're doing circles and all sorts. So this seems to work slightly differently to the rail hub. Life by You devs in vid said they have no loading when entering buildings, all open world. I like that idea. Yeah, it's seems to me, and I haven't played The Sims 3 because I jumped in at Sims 4, but it seems to be very much more like The Sims 3, and it's open world, and from looking at some of the videos, it's like you can just click on anyone in the world at any point and swap to them, and there's all sorts of really interesting, unique features that it seems like they're going to be putting in, which should be really interesting. It'll be, yeah, I'm keen to see the bit more gameplay and all that type of thing. You've heard of cargo issues being a bug. Yeah, this is I mean, as you can see, that's going to break my save eventually. For this one, it's not too bad because this one isn't all that busy. But for this one over here, if I had left it, it was already backed up. I think it was kind of backed up to over here already when I came back in. And yeah, that would just be game breaking. And then this one back over here, this was doing the same thing. This was backed up to over here somewhere. So, but yeah, this seems to work. And this was off the Steam Workshop discussions as a bloke on, I think he's a Canadian guy, came up with one of the workarounds, which seems to be working for these types of hubs, but apparently not for the cargo hub, which is frustrating. Vanya confirmed bugs with bus selecting. Yeah, so like when they're choosing to use the trains as like a bus, I think is the way they said it. Miscellaneous hubs and trucks enter and leave, maybe bug patch soon. Yeah, I think Vanya had mentioned that they weren't sure when that patch was going to occur, but they were aware of the bug and they were actually working on it. So that's, I suppose, good that they're aware of it. But yeah, this is at the moment, if we left it as it was, almost unplayable, because like I said, this one isn't as bad in terms of how busy it is, but those other two would yeah, absolutely break this save. Now I can't get this node anyway. It was actually working when I just deleted this road before. Maybe I should just leave it like this. See if that works. I'll leave it. I'll let them sort themselves out for a sec, and we'll come back to that. And we'll come back over here. So how's this looking? Okay, that's much better. So how much more commercial can we fit in here? Yeah, a little bit more. Let's do that. I'm never a huge fan of those little tiny buildings, but we'll see how they go. If you do want a U connection to the cargo hub, one-way enter and going out again. It help AI. Yeah, there was because I was reading through the thread just before I went live about what some of the fixes were, and some people were using like a U shape as well. So let's see, what are they doing over here now? You see, they're still kind of like using it, even though there's technically no road. Oh, it does say that it's not connected. That's interesting, even though they're still going into it. So what if I just shuffle that in there, I wonder? Again, this will hopefully all be temporary, right? Because once they get it fixed, we hopefully won't have to do these crazy workarounds. We'll come back to that again, see if that's made any difference. And yeah, so I had put all of this here to just try and help with our shopping kind of demand for this hotel. It hasn't really worked all that well. And I can't zone here, because that's part of the building. I suppose I can plop though, can't I? Let's see. Get rid of that. Oh, now I'm typing in there. So probably want like level 3 really, and like 2x2s. Level 2, level 3. Ooh. Is that commercial? Oh, yeah, it is. Interesting. the Korean ones. Yeah, we don't have a lot of choice. It's yeah, that looks like it should be a corner, and then this is quite tall. I mean, I don't mind maybe having one of these here. This is going to be pretty high density. Oh, go over here, check what they're doing. That guy's using it. I mean, that seems to be working. Theoretically, anyway. So I'll leave that like that. In the thread it did say that, you know, some things kind of work for some places but not for others. So we'll run with that. Yeah, I don't mind that there. And how's that helped with this? Oh yeah, that's boosted it right up. Perfect. Nice. Okay, I might just clean some of this key up here. So while we're here, it's gonna let me. Is that building that's causing that? Oh, it's probably that road. That's part of this asset. So I don't know there's much I can do about that, but that's alright, you barely noticed that. So eventually we'll, I got decals that match the Opera House. I can't remember what they're called now though. Is it Circular Quay? No. Oh, I've got, that's the problem, isn't it? I need everything, yeah. So I will probably eventually go through and put all of the decals in there because it looks pretty crappy having just sand there. Decals props. Yeah, well, of course I can't find them at the moment, but yeah, well, that will eventually look the way it should. It's kind of matches this same texture here, which is, yeah, all around the Opera House. So I'll put that certainly all the way around. And in previous saves, when I've used this building, actually, I've had little roads run around it and have like little 1x1 shops. Just brings a bit more life to the area. So we might do that again. I might need to just bring it out a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's look at our hotels again and we'll see what our next one is here. So we've got this one. I guess we could have another city hotel down here. I think we have a city hotel. Yeah, we have a couple over here in the city, as you might expect. And we've got, I think that this is the Mountain Lodge. This needs a bit more detailing. Wish you luck as your next job in your current city is airport building. Oh, that's, I'm still not happy with my airport. So if you're anything like me, yes, you will need luck. I just can't build airports. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me being stubborn. I always want like the Cross Airport because that always to me seems like the classic airport. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't make ones that I'm happy with. That's why I haven't fully detailed this one because I don't know if I'm going to change it again. But yeah, good luck, Shane. Hopefully, I'm sure you are better than me. But yeah, hopefully you're better than me. Maybe it helps looking at Google Maps. Yeah, I did. The top 10 busiest airports. I looked at a few, including the one, my, home city's airport, and I didn't quite model it on that, but most major airports do just have 2 runways that are parallel. But in everything that I've kind of seen, I've like in my real life, I've done a little bit of traveling, but not a whole lot. Most of them have like this X shape because it's all based on, you know, prevailing winds and all that type of stuff. So presumably with the ones that are parallel, they're ones that just have prevailing winds from the 2 different directions. But yeah, certainly in Sydney, I think we have a one cross one and a couple of parallel runways. So yeah. Oh no, he's complaining, of course, because we don't really have much in the way of services or anything like that here yet. So I probably need to just build out this network a little bit more so that we can start getting this built up more. Yeah, these were always going to be temporary. But yeah, you're certainly right. Looking at things on Google Maps really does help in terms of planning in this game. So maybe that's what I have to do if I do decide to rebuild that one. Just have to maybe forget with what I think would be ideal and just go with what kind of the norm is. Because like when I looked at like Heathrow in London, and then all of the big ones in America, they all had parallel runways. I might keep that road. And that's probably just become a bit of a collector now, hasn't it? That's okay, so long as we're aware of that. Got autosave there. No worries, Shane. Thanks for the lurk. Enjoy your food. What's happening with this electricity? Oh, hi, Sky. Yeah, we probably don't need that there. Alright, and then what I would like to do is like get a few little like alleyways in here. And then the idea would be that, you know, these hidden little alleyways have these like gem of a little shop or cafe or restaurant or something like that. But you have to really go exploring to find them. We want this to be like a touristy area that actually isn't just about trapping people. It's more about them actually having a good experience in the area. Alright, so let's put all of the services in here. Do we want... We probably do want something pretty big. Maybe that's too much though. We'll just go for a clinic. What options have we got here again? Medical lab, general hospital is massive. That's probably too small. So yeah, we'll just go with a clinic. And let's put another alleyway here. We'll get some paths in here as well in a sec. Clinic can go here, so they've still got good access to the collectors there. Fire. Let's see. I might still just need to build some roads here. I don't want this to be a cut through again, so we'll make this dead end over here. Okay. And then we'll fire... I think we'll use a bigger station. Because Because yeah, like I said, the plan is that this will be relatively high density. So pop that there. This will be kind of mostly park area around that. Police station. Again, I think we'll go with a larger one. Ooh, maybe this like fits the tourist theme. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with this one. We'll go there. I haven't really looked at this one yet. This was from... Was it the Africa creator pack? Yeah. Africa in miniature. It's quite cool. Probably need to have a road on the other side of it though. Oh, the other thing I haven't looked at yet is... Oh, I don't know if those would really come out of there, but... Let's go with that one. Yeah, the ploppable concrete. George Bush Intercontinental Airport has like a V-shaped runway. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Where, what city is that one in? Obviously somewhere in America. Do we need... Yeah, I reckon we loop. Do we loop? I think we might just put a path, actually, through here, rather than another road. Houston. Okay, I'll definitely check that out after stream. I mean, I'm sure there are, you know, kind of like almost endless designs. And I don't know... whether this is... I mean, my idea was that this was kind of like the international terminal, and then this is kind of more like a domestic terminal. But yeah, getting the runways and all of the taxiways to work with this setup is a bit of a challenge, especially if you want both terminals to be able to access both runways. Having said that, it works. It does the job. I just don't know how realistic it is. But the one I rebuilt this one. The one I had before was much worse, in my opinion anyway. So I am certainly happier with this one compared to the old one. But yeah, I don't know. It's maybe aesthetically something bugs me about it. What are you guys doing over here now? Oh, you're all broken again. Right. I think the problem is this asset is different because it places with a road, whereas the train, just the regular train hubs or train cargo ones, you know, you place them against a road. So I suppose that's the difference in the way the mechanic actually works. So yeah, I don't know if these can be fixed at this point. And we can try again with the suggested method. And maybe I just didn't pull it back far enough. If I get it right up against the other road. What's that? Is that the new theme mixer, is it? New theme mixer logo. Interesting. So I tried linking it to the arrow, that didn't really work. I had earlier tried to link it directly to where they're kind of spawning in and out. So maybe I'll try that again. Just drag that back as far as we possibly can. It does like to snap to that arrow for some reason. I wonder if taking snapping off will help. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's kind of, yeah, I still think that might be too short from what I was seeing in the video. And I guess I can push everything back a little bit. It's going to ruin the aesthetic here, but yeah, hopefully this is relatively temporary only anyway. Yeah, let's see what they do here. I mean, those guys found it alright. There's meant to be just a slight curve in it, apparently, for whatever reason. Yeah, we'll probably just need to wait a little bit to see if anyone's gonna go over there. Oh, it's abandoned. It's getting better. What else can we put over here? Bank, maybe? Let's get one of these big banks. Well, they've got a bigger footprint than I remembered. Might put that over here. Is that still reaching? Yeah. Yeah, we'll pop it there. That might help. I haven't got public transport down here yet. That's probably going to help as well. But I don't know if I want to tackle that just yet. I mean, we could get schools down here. I don't know that in reality there would be schools, but... Oh, it even disappeared. I thought because I'd plopped that it wouldn't do that. I should have reset it. Let's see if I can get that back. 2x2 vanilla. Can I there is a way to do this with like sorting by pack, isn't there? Not that one. Is it this? I can't remember how I found it now. I'll come back to that later. Has that ruined this hotel? We can probably put this price up a little bit now though, because we're, yeah, fulfilling things a little bit better. Alright. So, let's just, a while back you saw someone using a mod to move the enter and exit nodes. Yeah, on the buildings. That is spawn points, building spawn points. However, I think for this it has one spawn point for trucks, and it kind of, whether they're going in and out, yeah, see that's the spawn point there. And it's in and out, so it doesn't really change the way they interact with the building. So I don't know, I mean, I could try and like move it, say, to here. I don't know if that would help or not. You can see they're all getting tangled up already as it is. And it is this particular asset that I've seen them just going around and around in circles, whereas with the other three that I've fixed already, which I keep losing them. This one here, you can see they're utilizing, even though again, if I look at their spawn points here, you can see, so that's the truck one, that's the train one. Yeah, for whatever reason, they, even though the spawn point is set there, they just know to kind of do a U around here. Whereas with the cargo hub, for whatever reason, there, I guess things are, the way it's set up is slightly different in the coding. So yeah, I don't know. I might just need to turn this off if it becomes a real problem. Because while the that workaround does work for the other, it doesn't appear to be working for this. And of course, you know, when you're adjusting things, because I've had to unlock the road that's attached to this, and when you're adjusting things like that, that can also mess with things. So I don't know if that's caused problems as well, or whether it's just part of what they need to update. It's hard to know. And again, maybe if I delete these guys, the ones that are having the problems, whether that will help or not. Use building spawn points for that. Can you make it so that they go in one way and out the other? I couldn't see an option to do that. Let's get these confused ones out and see if that makes any difference. Nah, see, they're still turning around. Seems to be fine when they deliver the goods. It's more when they're coming back to the facility that causes problems. Because yeah, from what I can see, oh, there is spawn and unspawn. Okay, well maybe we can play with that a little bit. So it's a bit fiddly, but there's a way. So if we make them, well, they should unspawn when they're going in there, right? So that would be, hang on a sec, I don't want to mess too much. So let's put all of the regular stuff here, and then we get rid of cargo, train, cargo, garbage truck. Confused, I thought they had two spots, or perhaps that was the result of, yeah, it could have been, they could have done what Shane's suggesting, that they're kind of adjusting where they're spawning and despawning. I can't even see cargo on here. Cargo train, cargo ship. Is that normal? What does this have? Yeah, that doesn't have cargo either. Interesting, very interesting. What about these? Yeah, that's got cargo truck there. I've never really kind of looked into changing these. It should come under cargo truck. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's not there. Let me play with this over here then. Let's add... They're still doing crazy things. Let's add a point. And where did that point go? That's there. Okay. And let's add cargo truck isn't even an option. Is that something that's like a little bit more hard coded into these particular assets maybe? And yeah, one can add extra spawn unspawn points. Can you add cargo truck to the list of options? Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Add all types of vehicles. Uh-oh. break the game. We probably don't want cargo ships there or cargo trains. I think that's red because it's telling me that they've already got an option there for that. But yeah, even when I do that, see, the cargo truck isn't showing up there. Could it be the list is bugged like the missing bus choices? It possibly could be, yeah. I mean, that could be something that is actually the bug that's, you know, causing the problem. The strange thing is that, I mean, theoretically, when we look at these ones that are, like, we've got the workaround, but they are actually working with the workaround. So I don't know if that means that there's something weird that's hard-coded with the spawn points. So like this spawn point I haven't touched, but I still can't add a cargo truck there. Whereas with any of these buildings, the cargo truck has a slot there. The asset that I'm having the particular trouble with is the cargo hub, which is the ship. It has the ship, train, and cargo trucks going into it. And again, I've had to unlock that road, so I use Network Multi-Tool on that one to unlock that. But it was doing that before I did that. That's why I unlocked it. At the harbour, the trucks do leave, but instantly turn back into the harbour and not going down the road. Yeah, which is the same thing that they were doing on the other assets. Exactly the same. And looking at that report on Steam in the discussions, it's the same bug that everyone else seems to be getting. Have I caused people to be doing U-turns here somehow? No, there's plenty of nodes there that they can be swapping at. Not sure why they would need to be doing U-turns like that. What if I just ensure that they're choosing the correct lane there? Yeah, so from what I could see on that thread, it was, and for anyone's reference, let me navigate back to that thread. And I'll see if I can. It was just called Cargo Train Glitch in the discussions on Steam from the 24th of May. It's quite a long thread, but in the last page, Avanya does chip in, and they just say that they're not sure when the workaround's coming, but when the fix is coming, but they're aware of the bug, and they do link back. The name of the chap is one Jason Bradley, who has come up with this particular workaround, which I'm using here, that does work. You can confirm on yours that the cargo truck option isn't there. Okay, well, it's good to know it's not just not just my game that seems to be broken. Not that I want anyone's game to be broken, but it's good to know I'm not the only one. Yeah, so I don't know whether that's part of it or not, but yeah, this is the same like behavior in the AI that you see with the regular cargo terminals as well. It's just, yeah, like I say, for whatever reason this particular fix doesn't work. You can see they come out of here when they get, these are all actually, what are they saying they're doing? They're delivering agricultural products. Okay, so yeah, when they're importing from the train, it seems to be fine. The problem seems to occur when they're trying to come back into the facility. And I think the guy was kind of explaining it a little bit, that they're jumping onto here to get back to their own facility. So you can see this guy actually belongs over here, but rather than driving all the way back, it's quicker for him to just go into the this area and kind of effectively jump on the train, which is probably not is what it should be doing. I don't know. It's weird. Kind of consistent AI misbehavior. I think none of them is very smart. That's probably true. That's true. But yeah, I might, for now, I think I'll just have to turn this facility off. Because while it is much quieter, it's not as busy as those other ones, it will eventually back right up onto the highway if I just leave it. Because I can't really seem to figure out what is going to work on that facility versus the others. But that's fine. Like I said, it's not overly used, that one anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so back over here. I didn't necessarily want to just turn this into a tourist district. So what I might do is we'll leave it as kind of a district, and we'll just pop some other districts in certain areas, so we get a bit of a mismatch of buildings in here, which will hopefully, so like here for example, if I just do that and just actually I'll push this out this way and I'll keep those buildings that are already there, and then in here, if it'll let me, yes, just, we'll make that a leisure district. Not like that, we won't. And then just push this out. And we'll do that in a couple of other spots. Like, what might be cool here as well is to use some of the these buildings here, the old buildings from this pack, the Seaside Resorts pack, and like the pier and stuff. Yeah, that would fit really well in this area. In fact, why not? Actually, my plan was to have a bit of land reclamation here, so I might leave that, but we'll do we want to go over here with it, or should I might come back to that. I wonder if I should just put some land reclamation in here, and we can start doing that. Flood everything. It's always fun, isn't it? So yeah, just kind of like a big push out. And I will overdo this, and then we'll probably adjust the shape. This was actually something that I saw when I was looking at the airports on Google Earth. There's so many places, particularly in America, I saw where they just have these massive areas of land reclamation where there's just these massive pieces of land that have been human built, and it does create very unique look. And causes tsunamis here apparently. So let's bring this in, and yeah, we'll just go relatively close. I might just bring that out straight actually. And all of the trees are dead because it thinks it's in the water. Let's put length on and just... So that's one. I would like to use some of the newer keys, but I know they just don't attach to the old keys very well. Okay, fix that up. Oh, and we're in the sky again. Yeah, some of these are really quite cool, but I think if we try and attach them, it's going to look rubbish. I might use red guidelines here, actually. Whoops. I've accidentally clicked the picker mod. So, yeah, just... yeah, maybe they don't need to connect. Maybe that's... I mean, you can see what it does. It puts this massive gap there. But I suppose if they don't actually connect, and then we can just use, like, move it to connect them, that might be the way to do it. So yeah, that older key should stay there. So we want this key to push bump right up against it. Oh man, these nodes can be really tricky. Have I got it? No. There we go. Oh, great. Perfect timing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is gonna look. I mean, obviously that looks terrible, but we can hide that. Oh, well, visually that looks like it joins. Obviously it won't actually join. Although, yeah, it does need to be a little higher, doesn't it? Because the water's overlapping it. Maybe it helps using the arrow keys to move the node instead. Yeah, I couldn't even select it at one point there. It's just, yeah, not even letting me pick it up. Okay. That's still apparently too low. Is that just because we've got... I guess if I do Control H here. Let me just clear this out so that we're not having the terrain mess with anything. And then, do I mind that it's kinky like that? And it necessarily doesn't need to be, you know, 100% even. And I figured actually what I wanted to check as well before I get too carried away was what this guy needed. So sightseeing, shopping, and a little bit of office. We love a kinky key, yeah. As I realized after I said the word that has a couple of different meanings. Sightseeing, so this is mainly shopping that this one wants. Yeah, it might work out there. I mean, really, you know, these ones are what we're trying to get in this area, but how are we actually going for that? It's getting there, but I think we just need more hotels. So perhaps while I'm doing this and mucking around with it, I should zone in some of this. So here we had fixed this zoning because that was broken from before. And here we have leisure, so we'll pop a bunch of zoning in here. I should just use the paint bucket. And yeah, at least these can zone in. This was all leisure too, and I'm aware that this is going to get really busy, so okay, so we've got that, and then because I might want to put a couple of these hotels over here, I'm going to poke a little hole in this district here as well. And we'll go right up to kind of here. And we'll make this more tourism, but I'm also going to put the IT cluster in here, so we get some really nice tall buildings, but I won't be zoning very many of them. And that should hopefully do our offices. You got to go now to sort out things. Bye all, and enjoy the rest of the stream. Yeah, no worries, Shane. Again, thanks for popping in, and it's always great to see you. And we'll hopefully see you around next time. Enjoy your other things. Right, so we'll do IT cluster there and tourism. And I probably just need to sort this network out a little bit more, because at the moment it's kind of just finishing there. Get rid of the road guidelines. I imagine we'll probably make this into a park. I'll just leave that natural rock feature there. And we might even kind of bring this around and hook it in there. Gives us a bit more guidance. And this power line. These power lines are always forever in the way. Okay, do we need a little laneway down there? I think if I mess with the zoning too much, it will it'll make the buildings kind of strange and not quite the height that I'm looking for. But I guess we could bring just a couple of streets kind of down without connecting them. And not, that way we're just getting some slightly different shaped buildings, but we're not destroying the whole lot of the zoning. Might help with the different shaped buildings. I should put paths in here before I forget as well. It's too late over here. Can I just destroy this one maybe? Is that going to reach? Yeah, it's connected. Yeah, it's forever forgetting paths, right? Let's make sure we get these in. Here. How's that looking? It's a pretty lively area, huh? Not too much traffic just yet. I'm sure it's on its way. Okay. So there might be a kind of weird crossover where there's regular commercial, but I'm actually okay with that because it just mixes things up a little bit, doesn't it? And let's do... Oh, that was good, yeah. So we'll go over 4x4 there. And where am I having this road come in? I don't think I just want it to come in like boringly straight in like that, so... I guess it can just join up there. Why why not? And just for pedestrian connectivity, I'm going to put crossing there, and we'll bring the path along through here as well. And then we probably do another crossing. Oh, perfect, right there. Okay, and I think we will cross these as well, or rather, yeah, pop the road in there too. Now I wonder, we could have something pretty cool at the end here, like one of the big, there's that big statue thing. Oh, there's this castle too. Man, I always lose all of the unique buildings. I can never find the ones I'm looking for. Oh, this thing. I think the castle might fit better here. So we'll pop that there. And then we'll just move it to get it in line. Oh, hello. That's yeah, that's interesting. I guess we can bring all of this back a little bit. It does say that it's no, it's not connected. Okay. Or maybe we just, yeah, we'll just move this forward, right? I'll just turn snapping on there as well. Hopefully that hasn't messed anything up. Is that even straight? Or is that kink there making me... I might have just broken it when I moved it, did I? It's not perfect, but I think I'm okay with that. Actually, I wonder what might fit really well here, especially because we put the castle there, is the old market thing. Is the old stone castle logical to have their man-made extension to the landfills? Oh, that's true actually, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Because yeah, it's quite obviously a man-made section. So maybe the statue thing would work better there. And in which case we won't worry about the market. Yeah, because this, again, this is more man-made too, isn't it? So it kind of makes more sense to have it there. Alright, good suggestion. Alright, we'll plop that there and I'll move it. And yeah, that's in the middle. Yeah, that is more logical. Maybe it should, I think it probably should be straight, this key, the more I think about it. Because yeah, I think they're, you know, they're purposely building this. They want it to, you know, it's gonna look like it's all been built to kind of fit where it all should fit. Okay, so that goes to there. Is that even... how far off is that? It's probably a little too far, even. So we can bring the whole thing closer. Struggling again here. Oh. Is that not... no, that's all straight. Why is that not lining up? Oh, it's the height that's making me feel like it's at a different... yeah, there we go. Much better. Okay, and then we'll just copy all of the... or rather not copy, grab all of that. Just push it in. are we looking? I'll fix the height in a sec. That's probably pretty good. Because we might want to have landscaping there, potentially. Depending on what we end up putting there. I'll just make that the same height. Although, is that going to get flooded? Oops. Doesn't look like it is. Looks alright. Wait for it to settle. Yeah, I think I don't know if we'll have any more of these on this side. We might. Like over here maybe as well. So we'll, yeah, kind of play it by ear with the land reclamation, but yeah, that looks pretty good. It's not going over the top there, so that's fine. And yeah, we'll just pop one of these in every so often. And obviously we'll sort that terrain out in a sec. Pop that there and then bring this right up. I might just use move it for that. I think that's probably going to be easier. It just constantly wants to snap. I've got snapping on still. Not snapping. The other one. If you have a few smaller boat props, you can plop down there as if they're parked. Yeah, well, you get the boat props that come with that, wouldn't you? So yeah, we probably definitely do that. Yeah, make them look like they've just pulled up for a bit of tourist attraction wandering. Let's make this match a bit better like this. In fact, yeah, why don't we leave it like that? The ploppable concrete was the other thing that I was talking about before that I haven't looked at yet. I don't even know where that is. Has anyone found that yet? I can't even... Is it in the park section? Oh, it might be in the prop section or something. Props. There's a lot of random stuff. Oh, that's all of those decals. I suppose find it's the best bet. I want all. They call it ploppable. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's in the airports. Okay. And what have we got? Whoa, that's massive. And it has to attach. I assume once I do that though, I can I not move it? Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. In vanilla. You don't have as many DLCs or mods as you, so I feel like my city's Skylines is like a big clutter of menus and items. Yeah, I find that this mod that kind of organizes things a little bit better is really good. What's it called again? I think it's like not another or another menu or something. Where is it? Yeah, yet another toolbar. Or is that the one that makes it slightly larger? But yeah, the menus can get super confusing. And to the point where I've used this for so long now, I can't even remember what's in what menu in the vanilla version. So that's probably not a good thing. But yeah, this ploppable concrete looks pretty good. I wish there was a kind of more straight version of it though, like a not so square version. Generally I just use paths for that, so that's what we're going to do here. I don't know if that's going to help us with the view into the world there or not, but we'll try it. Let's go there. Yeah, not overly. Seems to be just from that angle. I'm tempted to use more of the newer, the content creator pack keys in there along here as well. Ooh. Might need to use, actually yeah, maybe the self-leveling path will help anyway. Not like that though. Oh. You're torn between buy more DLCs for City Skylines 1 or wait for City Skylines 2. You need a new computer to play any of them anyways. Yeah, it's a good question, right? Because they haven't really said when they're thinking of releasing it. I'd be... Oh, that's what the self-leveling path does though. Changes the terrain. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if it was this year. Because they haven't released anything else from it. We haven't seen screenshots or gameplay or anything. So you got to figure that they're not far enough in that they're willing to share anything with us. So alright, that self-leveling path won't work there. Isn't it confirmed as 2023? I don't know. I don't remember what the trailer says. It says that on the webpage, does it? Okay, well, that's interesting. Because I would have expected, because we're almost halfway through, or, you know, we're getting on through 2023 now. And, yeah, coming 2023, whatever that means, who knows what that means. It was like what we were saying about Life by You earlier, like, they've said that the beta release is going to be in September, but there's been no mention of when the full release will be. And look, I don't mind that either. I think they're better off getting everything right and releasing a game that actually works right off the bat than releasing something that kind of only half works. So I would rather that they get it right. But it is year 2023 or fiscal year 2023. Yeah. I would imagine that when they're putting it in like websites and stuff like that, that they mean the year 2023, not the fiscal year. Because they're just going to confuse people if they mean the fiscal year and it comes out in, you know, for example, if it did come out in, I don't know, February 2024, but they've said on their website for the last year or, you know, 6 months that it was going to be 2023, I think that would just confuse people. But I would not expect it I would probably be expecting it in... Oh, that's weird. Didn't know it did that. I wouldn't be expecting it in... Like, certainly not... like through the middle of the year. I'd say it's going to be towards the end of the year. Maybe really, if it is going to be 2023 and they do live up to that, perhaps it will be released ready for Christmas. Would be my guess. Speculation. Entirely speculation. That's not the right key. And it's mainly just based on the fact that I would have expected to see more about what the game... You know, they want to build hype. If they're going to release it in 3-4 months' time, they want people to be talking about it. So they surely they'd be releasing more stuff about it, more information, gameplay, footage, even, you know, gameplay screenshots, stuff like that. But we just have... It's kind of just since the release, it's been radio silence. Since the trailer, sorry. But I take the same, you know, idea of that with Life by You as with City Skylines 2. I'd rather they put in the work. And even if they have to delay that release, if they aren't 100% sure that it's ready, and they say they want to delay it, I'd rather they delay it than release a buggy game right from the get-go. Christmas is always a good time to release a game, except it may be many other titles to compete with. Yeah, it would make sense to release it at Christmas if that's what they were going for. And yeah, it would be competing with other titles, but it's a pretty unique game at this point, because there's no other real city simulators out there. None that are kind of just a regular old city, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that works or not. We might need probably a bit of landscaping to make that look a bit better. Can I get that node and just maybe bring it back a bit? Probably not. No, it wants to... Oh, there we go. Nice. Paradox is publishing City Skylines 2 and Life by You that compete with themselves. Perhaps Life by You Q3, City Skylines 2 Q4. Yeah, I think Life by You's full release will be well into 2024, because that September release is the beta, and then people who pre-order it get to work with the beta and provide feedback, and you know, they're basically going to help them fix the game. So to me, if they're doing that in September, that's probably going to last for at least a few months, right? I don't imagine they want to... I suppose it's possible that they release in late... Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they're going to surprise us all, and City Skylines 2 is going to be Q3, and Life by You is Q4 full release. That's not helping out here, is it? Is it the key causing that? I don't know, I mean, they kind of dropped that trailer on us pretty crazy. Like, no one was really expecting that, other than, you know, they said they were going to have an announcement at that, whatever the thing was that they were doing, but once they said that, people were kind of thinking, oh, it could be City Skylines 2, but previous to that, no one had any idea. So, who knows what they're planning. Alright, so I kind of want... I didn't put any office... Oh, I did put that one office there. Okay. Let's try and just get some zoning in here as well. Yeah, we'll go with that there. Then... let's try and get... I want some of the super tall IT cluster buildings. Beta, early access, full release. Doubt it makes much difference to most buyers on Steam. I think the beta and early access stuff for Life by You could confuse some regular players. Or like, sorry, semi-regular players. So people who are kind of... they just jump into games for a bit of fun and they don't follow the news much on it. They just kind of want to go on and have fun. Because they'll see something like Life by You in beta, and they won't really know what that means, potentially. So when it's buggy and things don't work, it might confuse them and make them frustrated. I don't know how often that happens. Maybe it doesn't happen like that. But I can see with something like Life by You, where people are, you know, jumping into a life simulation like that. They may not be people who game all that often, so they might not have the same ideas about betas and all of that type of stuff. Because they've said that September release won't be the full game. Certainly the actual September 12 release, was it September 12? I think that's what you'd said before. It won't be the full game. And then they'll be adding things as time goes by. That didn't end up being straight. Weird. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that they've said that at some point, that they want to work with the community and make sure things are working in that regard. So it won't be, complete, fully featured release. And then they'll slowly be drip feeding newer features as time goes by to the beta. Sort of sounds like with many games these days, full games is sort of broken, need patches, early access almost as good as full release. Yeah, I guess they're trying to do it in the other way, in that they're, rather than actually releasing a full release game and saying this is the finished product, they're saying this is what we have so far, what can we do to make it better? And they're getting that pretty valuable feedback from the community, and they're trying to make the game better based off that before they say, okay, this is the final product and we won't be doing much more than bug fixes from now on. Whereas some games release broken and they kind of have to bug fix on the go, but because they've already released it as it is, it's kind of a little bit harder. You like the idea of what can we do to make it better? Yeah, if they actually do polls, listen and adjust accordingly. And I think we know with Paradox that they do try and listen, and they do try and continue to add features, and they listen to what the community has to say about games. And this game, City Skylines 1, is a really good example of that, where they're still, even to this day, adding in, vanilla features that the community have wanted because they've used them in the form of mods for so long, and they're still bringing them into the vanilla game. So I think we can say on, from history's point of view, that if anyone's going to do it, it's probably going to be Paradox, that are going to listen to what the community has to say and adjust their game accordingly if they think that it's something that the game should have in it. Because while there are many mods that they have added in to the vanilla game, there are some they haven't. One that I just used, right? Move It, they've never added Move It into the vanilla game, which is interesting because it seems like a pretty easy mod to be able to add in. But with things like the most recent one that they've just added in, the zoning adjuster, I know that the zoning adjuster mod has a few more features than the vanilla version, but in terms of the basic functionality, it's from what most people would probably want from it, they've added that in, and there's heaps of other examples as well of that. What Colossal Order and Paradox have achieved with City Skylines is quite amazing and impressive. It really is, when you think about what it's come from. And in fact, I've had this conversation a couple of times with a few people. Consider where the game came from, the size of the company when they started it, and how many people were involved. The fact that they built such an incredible game to start with is kind of mind-blowing. And then for it to have developed and stayed really relevant for this long is something that is quite impressive. And yet, like, modders have helped for sure. Like, maybe a lot of people wouldn't be playing this game anymore if it wasn't for a lot of the mods. But they've embraced the modding community, and that's really helped them and helped this game stay relevant. So, yeah, kudos to them. And then you think about that and what that means for City Skylines 1. And now they're a much bigger developer and they're a much bigger company. So, what can they actually achieve with City Skylines 2? It could be something truly amazing. Same goes with Life by You, I suppose. What can they achieve with that game as well? Especially when they have, developers, as you were saying before, that are very high caliber. And, they're people who have worked in the industry for a very long time, and they know what they're doing. Yeah. It's a good time to be wanting to play simulation games, I suppose. I'm going to try it this way on this side. Is this going to make it look better? Then I can just kind of hide that with landscaping or something. That probably is going to be better, isn't it? What you like most is you have choices. Yeah. You can play it any way you want, and it's chill, infinite game. Extend it with DLC mods, big build or small, you have the choices. Yeah, it's the beauty of a sandbox game, right? You can play it however you want, in whatever way you want. And if you don't have a system that can, have infinite amount of mods or infinite amount of assets, that's fine, because you can still play it that way. But if you do have a machine that's going to be capable of, being something a little bit more powerful, then you've also got that choice, which is, it's pretty cool. Yeah, choices is really important for a sandbox game. Yeah, haven't really been adding much population here. We're trying to in the background we've got 2 universities here. This is the new one over here. It's still, we had it up to 4 stars, but then it dropped back down a couple of times, I think. But yeah, we're kind of, because of the DLCs, we're more focusing on this tourist area at the moment. So what's grown in here? Yeah, I mean, this is alright. I would like... there's that big kind of glass building that you get with... I might just do a little bit of whack-a-mole. See what comes up. Let's go to there. Then maybe this corner building can be an office. Okay, so where can we get this hotel in? All of this stuff, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we're meant to be doing hotels. In case you didn't notice, I get very, very easily distracted. Alright, so we've got shopping is pretty good, and then what else do you need? You need office and a little bit of sightseeing. Business, sorry, they call it. This should work here, I think. Your two most wanted upgrades for City Skylines 2 is smarter AI and better game performance. Yeah, I'd say those are pretty solid solid requests. The AI, while it was, I guess, somewhat revolutionary in that, you know, they made each person a client and all of that type of stuff, it is kind of a bit buggy. And the bigger the city gets, the worse it kind of becomes, which goes back to the better game performance as well. But, you know, in the amount of time that the game's been out, the difference in the engines that it's running on and the way that's all evolved and stuff is, you know, quite crazy. So you would hope that that's just kind of a natural path of the way the game is going to be in the future anyway, given what's changed around it over that time. But again, you know, it goes back to what I was saying before about I'd rather they, even if they have to delay the release date, I'd rather they just get it right from the get-go, and they release a game that works, and they release a game that I guess people are kind of expecting at this point. There's high expectations for City Skylines 2, so if they don't get it right, it's going to disappoint a lot of people. Yeah, it's a bad idea to rush release a game. So many titles tried and failed at that this year. Yeah, and the pressure comes from above, right? So the developers are doing what they can to make their game, because it's their game, right? At the end of the day, they're the ones that, you know, their names are on the credits, as it were. So they want it to be the best it can be, but it's the overriding, the people who are, you know, putting the money down and saying to them, well, we're giving you this money to make the game. We want the game to be XYZ, and we want it to be released on this date. And often when the developers go back and they're like, well, we can't have it ready by that date, it's just not going to be ready. And then the company is like, well, I don't care, I want it released on that date because that's what we've told you to do, and we want our income from that game. So a lot of the time, the people who are actually making the decisions about when the game should be released aren't actually involved in the gameplay and the development of the gameplay or any of that type of stuff. They're just the ones who want their money, which is, yeah, that's not really how it should be. It should be like, well, the people who are actually making the game should be able to say, this game isn't ready to be released yet. We want it to be as good as it possibly can be before we do release it, and we need X amount longer before that is possible. But yeah, unfortunately, capitalism has caused a few problems with that. I guess with the way that kind of all works, it's not the same as it used to be, 20 years ago or whatever. What have I? Is that a different key? Oops. Oh, it was. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. No wonder it was so weird looking. Okay, much better. But yeah, I mean, look again. Perhaps Paradox and Colossal Order are a bit different. I mean, a lot of kind of what I see in here is kind of based on EA, because they seem to be the ones that kind of mess things up quite a lot at the moment. So I don't know. Obviously, Paradox are different to EA substantially. So, let's hope at the end of the day they can turn around and say, look, I don't think this game is ready for release yet. I know we've told everyone that it's going to be ready in 2023, but let's get it right rather than just trying to push something out there for the sake of making money at Christmas. Your computer is old, like 2008. Runs City Skylines 1 okay until 350 citizens, then starts to lag. Well, that's pretty good. 350 K is a pretty large city. From what you see in the task manager, it doesn't utilize the whole CPU, just a bit. Yeah, it's something to do with the threads, is it? I think that's the problem. I think it's due to the game tech and optimizing, not so much the machine. Yeah, I think there's something to do with it doesn't use, is it called the threads? I've heard people talk about it before, but I'm not all that au fait with computers. But I mean, look, my machine is pretty old as well now. Not quite 2008, I don't think, but I think it's like when would it have been? Maybe 2015 or 16. But it was custom built by a friend, so it's not a young computer anymore, but it was actually custom built for City Skylines, so it's pretty well optimized for it. And I have added RAM to it since it was built as well. So yeah, I mean, the age of the machine and that, it does make a big difference, but I guess because the age of the machine is pretty similar to the age of the game, it's kind of a little bit alright. Yeah, I mean, I'm this save, I'm not running a whole lot of mods. Trying to keep the mods not necessarily to like minimum, but I'm just running the ones I really need. And similar story with assets. I'm just downloading the ones that I really think would fit well, and leaving ones that I would probably like to have, but I just leave them not downloaded if I don't think I'm actually going to use them. And there's a couple that I've been meaning to use. Like, I got the American Eclectic Collection downloaded, but I haven't used it yet in this city, but I will. From what you gather, CPU is a bit like an engine and more... Oh, it's the cores, isn't it? That was the word I was looking for. Cores is more cylinders. Then top speed isn't same power, like car versus truck. Yeah. I think I understand what you're saying. I'm just not that, yeah, like I've never built a PC or anything like that myself, so. But I do know that the RAM is important, especially if you're in this game, if you're wanting lots of assets and mods. Nice. Okay, we've actually been almost, well, yeah, coming on to 2.5 hours now. And unfortunately I do have to get up for work tomorrow, so probably going to have to call it here. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress we've made. We've got a start here. I'm still not sure what I'm putting here, so have to explore that next time. I don't know that this plain old zoning, it's probably going to be a unique building of some sort. But yeah, just got to kind of figure out which one's going to fit the best, and go from there. You'll build a large city. Aerial wise, not that many citizens compared to, yeah, the area, yeah. Is that by design or mod? I guess you mean like I've spread out quite a lot, but the population doesn't quite reflect the amount that I've spread out. That is, I do plan to fill everything up, so like this is kind of the main density, like big CBD area. This will also be another CBD area, and then a lot of other areas will probably sprawl a little bit more. So it will kind of, I guess the population will catch up to the area as time goes by. Not necessarily intentionally done in this way though. It's just kind of how things evolved. I was, when I started this circular, this kind of came about after this happened, and the city was just crying for residential, and I didn't know, like I didn't necessarily want to start another area because I knew I wanted to have a fair amount of residential over here, but I didn't have access to that tile yet, or to those tiles, so I had to boost the population to get access to all of the tiles, and that's how this came about. And what does this have in it? It must have a few thousand, yeah, almost 6,000 residents in there. So that really pushed to make sure that I was yeah, trying to tick the boxes for the to play the game, I suppose. But yeah, I do certainly intend on building out the whole map, and yeah, pushing the population as far as I can until the save breaks, I suppose, which is usually what happens, right? You keep building until the save breaks. And I did have to, regrettably, and word of warning, with things, there was this mod, more path units. I had this I had a bug where it was and the path units are basically every single vehicle or citizen is a path unit. Wonderful build, very well done, thank you. Yeah, every vehicle and citizen is a path unit, and it has, as you might have seen then, around about 260,000 path units in a city. But what was happening is I was getting this warning coming up saying, oh, I missed that one. Looks like Sydney in scale, but population like Darwin, yeah. It's, yeah, a little bit spread out. More spread out than it should be at this point. But yeah, the path units were throwing up warnings saying you've reached your path unit, so you're like 10% away from it. And I was like, what's going on? So I added that mod, and unfortunately now I've added it, I can't get rid of it because it's one of those game breaking mods. But it was actually a pedestrian area problem, and it was, so you'll see here I've got two of these small pedestrian area ones. There used to be a large pedestrian area thing there, but that's this one here. That's what actually breaks the path units. And I understand that the other thing that breaks it is the key that this key, this new key, city key. So word of warning there. But I do have to make sure I remember when I next build a city that I have to take that mod out. Looks like I have super good traffic flow. I feel like I do as well. Even in some of these more dense areas, I do have timed traffic lights, and there are some kind of pinch points. Oh, there's trams always break as well, which doesn't help things. See, I think this tram, oops, here is broken, and that's causing a bit of chaos. So I have to constantly be checking that, which I haven't done all stream, which is why this is probably all backed up. And yeah, I like to think that there's a bit of traffic here, which is, again, probably partly caused by that tram. But the traffic flow isn't that great. I can never seem to get it past 70. I've had it like 73, 74, but that's about as good as it gets. So I don't know what the problem is with that. Perhaps the tram found a ghost node at that location. I did download the find nodes and stuff like that. That bug is not good, thanks to the tip. Yeah, it's a game-breaking bug, and I found a lot of information on it. Unfortunately, I found it after I'd put that mod in, and once you put the mod in, you can't take it out. So it will break the save if you take it out. So it is, yeah, avoid the large pedestrian areas, and large pedestrian drop-offs and the city keys, because they will both do it from what I read. But yeah, I can't get the no, so I downloaded it, where is it? It finds the broken nodes, and yeah, you can hear broken node detector, so Control O. And I ran it a couple of times, and there were a couple of broken nodes, and these ghost nodes. However, they break all over the place, the trams. And yeah, sometimes up here, sometimes down here, all over the shop. So really all I have to do is just every so often check them. So if they're boarding, they're fine. If they're en route but not moving, that generally means that there's a problem. But yeah, this is a pretty cool mod. It just it finds everything that's broken. So yeah, no broken nodes. Use move it to mark the area and remove all roads, then put back new roads without anarchy. Tends to fix such oddities. That could be a really good option, because it is happening all over the place, and I do have a bad habit of leaving anarchy on all the time, which I know I shouldn't do, but I end up doing it anyway. But yeah, you can see there's nothing broken, there's no ghost nodes in there, so it's just buggy trams, I suppose. One, possibly two short segment. Okay. Yeah, I mean they're slowing down a lot there, aren't they? That's the problem there. Is that what it wants me to do? Yeah, I think that'll fix that. You have the same problem with trains getting stuck here and there without no clear reason. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a weird, again, it's probably an AI oddity. It's a bit frustrating, but so yeah, but this mod is really good for finding anything that's not quite right. What's broken? Metro line. It doesn't take me anywhere. I have a hope such oddities is fixed with City Skylines too. That's possible, but you know, where there's a game, there's a bug, right? So who knows? I mean, you can see now my traffic's gone up to 72 just while we're in. This intersection can get funny sometimes. This spaghetti junction can get funny sometimes. This has always been a nightmare, but it does flow now with timed traffic lights that I've put in there. And then, yeah, this area is always a bit tricky as well. What I probably need to do here is have better access going out of the city through this exit, so it's spreading the load a little bit. But yeah, these this always seems to be jammed. But again, it flows. It's just is something broken down here? No, I think it's just stuck at the traffic lights. Yeah. But yeah, again, I put time traffic lights on all of these, so it will flow eventually. It just it does get clogged up every so often. But yeah, 72, 73. Usually I go for 80. So I've just had to, apparently the trains are having problems now, are they? Yeah. I've just had to lower my expectations on my traffic, what I usually go for with my traffic. The trains are indeed having some severe issues here, but I'm not going to be able to fix that now. I do need to finish up. I don't know what's actually... Is it just... Is it the bug with the way they despawn, or... They do seem to be despawning. I might need to do the old break up the incoming and the outside connections a little bit, because that's causing a few problems. Traffic management in this game is a bit of a pain. If only AI was smarter at lane changes and didn't all stick to the left lane. Yeah, and that's where Traffic Manager President Edition is like invaluable. Again, I'm hoping that is in City Skylines too, or at least some of the functionality that you have in this mod, because yeah, it makes it much easier for you to kind of, I guess, manipulate the AI to do what would happen in real life. But yeah, who knows what they have in plan. Clearpaw, you drifted. I'm not surprised. I'm about to finish up actually. We're just, yeah, found a few issues, but I found that one-way roads or rail tracks helps a ton to avoid AI getting stuck. Yeah. I don't use that mod and do wish it... you don't use it, but you do wish it as part of built into City Skylines too. It's worth using. It's quite a powerful tool that, yeah, in terms of traffic management, it's very, very helpful. Oh man, yeah, these trains. Quite a large drift. Yeah, I figured when you hadn't chatted for a while that you'd drifted. Alright, well, I think next time we know one of the things we might be looking at is this train issue. But yeah, we'll also keep working on the tourist area over there. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping in. And yeah, thanks for the follows, everyone, and it's been a great stream, I think. Let's see who we can raid. Okay, yeah, maybe this person. Let me just open them up and see what they're doing. Oh, did they just finish? Yes. Let me refresh that. Well, this guy's doing modded City Skylines, so that's what we were doing. So we'll go with them. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will I might be on tomorrow. We'll see how things go. You like the mod to smoothen out road curves so it looks more like natural build, more realistic? Yeah, is that this one, Network Multi-Tool, which has all of these pretty cool gadgets in it? Yeah, that's a good mod, a very powerful mod. That one allows you to do so much with particularly roads and networks and stuff. But yeah, so again, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll hope to see you next time. And yeah, keep updated with what's happening in Cooper County. And yeah, like I said, I'll probably be back tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your night and join in with the raid to Brother Munro. See you all later.